Hello again everybody, James Lewis Fishing back with another live match for you, but a little announcement first, and that is that I'm proud to be part of Free Spirit Match moving forward. I reached out to Si at Free Spirit, who I've been working with for probably 3-4 years now on the Boddington Classic, and said, you know, can I come on board? I've used plenty of Si's rods for the past sort of 4 or 5 years, especially his distance rods, and they've been fantastic. So yeah, I'm delighted to say that I'm now part of the stable, and I'm looking forward to helping them develop a few more rods going into the future. But heading back to that live match, and this is the RiverFest opener at Evesham, and I draw peg 16, which is a bit of a middling peg, to be honest with you. However, the river had a bit of rain, not loads, but just enough to put a little tinge of colour in it, and that area can occasionally throw up a few skimmers and bream. But you'll have to watch the rest of the clips to see how I get on. What are we saying, Spud? I reckon, don't you? Yes, go on in! Always a rush, isn't it? Yeah. We are. Yeah, we're going. So, I'm going to give a little bit of commentary again on this video. Started with a little bit of chopped worm just down the right hand side of the peg, following the flow under the tree. A little bit there and a tiny bit of ground bait, and then some balls of pure ground bait with a few piggies and casters along. Wanted to pot it, didn't want to ball it and draw in the pike, but 4 of them went out long. And then straight onto the feeder. Started on quite a negative approach, fish meal, ground bait, bit of worm, went far across, then letting it come back in the flow. But yeah, looking for a bream, because there was a tinge of colour on. But that didn't work. So after about 20 minutes, went on the pole. Didn't take long to get my first bite. On quite a light rig here. Yeah, little chublet, I think start was. And yeah, that very much continued, so just trotting the rig down at the pace of the river, feeding the odd maggot, occasionally some casters and hemp as well, but it wasn't a great stand. But I was pleased to be putting fish in early doors. There wasn't anything on the feeder from the bigger fish, so I wanted to try and build a weight somehow. Quite a light elastic, so you can see me standing, making sure I keep these fish out of any loo pads that you can see there on the inside. First net fish, slightly better chublet. As usual, taking it well down. Groovy little things, aren't they? See, I'm right down the bottom of the peg now. Right at the end of the trot, you can see I've got sections behind me as well, just to give me some extra room. Hard to get into them bites sometimes if you've got a super tight line, so having that little bit of pole behind you just lets that float run a bit more natural and gives you a bit of room to strike in it. Yeah, after about 3/4 of an hour, I had a little look down under the tree. See if any perch had settled. Unfortunately not. And then it was out onto the Wagler line. I've been feeding it with a catapult. Bronze maggots sort of 2/3 of the way across. Because it's a tactic that's done me well in the past on Evesham. So in my junior days it was a very good tactic. Clearly still works. Again, standing up, got a nice soft 13-foot rod just to keep everything on the hook, but so give it the beans here. I was hopeful it was going to be a chub actually. There are pockets of chublets in the river that can weigh quite well, you know, anything from the ounces that I'm catching on the pole all the way up to, you know, 2-3 pounders. But it wasn't a chub. It's actually a nice stripey, which was a surprise, having fed that worm underneath an obvious feature. Slightly strange to catch a perch out in the middle of the flow on maggot instead, but sometimes the fish tell you where they want to be and what they want to feed on. But yeah, good fish, probably 10-12 ounce. Yeah, kept on this line. Fishing near enough full depth, about anywhere between 8 foot and like 11. Yeah, it was a beautiful day at Evesham. Probably didn't help the fishing because as much as there was a tiny tinge, it was still quite clear. Into another good fish on the Wagler. A bit further down the swim this time. Bossing it again, giving it plenty of pressure, keeping its head up. Surprisingly, another nice perch. My only concern was that they, you know, might run out quite quickly. That fish was clearly looking for the loose food because it was quite high up the peg. Fortunately, only a small offering. Yeah, you can see me picking out a few bronzers. Unfortunately, though, the match was about to change. I'm not particularly impressed about the situation. As you can hear, then he gets out the lawnmower. We're probably a good 45 minutes from when he started strimming down. That's the first bite on the Wagler, so we've gone from, you know, one every few run throughs to near enough nothing. Chublet there, a couple of ounce. So yeah, not particularly helpful. Thought maybe you'd spook the fish over the near side, so quick look under the bush whilst feeding that Wagler line. Oh, Steady, Jim. You're right, mate. How are we getting on? Quick call to Mr. Harry.
Because I got a couple of pounds.
About £18, isn't it good?
I reckon it should be, yeah. I reckon you might win with that.
No, mate, no, I'm not doing any good at all. I've had 2 little bits and 2 roach and a chocolate.
Yeah, I think it's fishing hard everywhere, isn't it? But it sounds
Right, it's rubbish. This one's bagging up, this one's got £20.
yeah, thankfully they're not in my section.
What's the number you on?
16.
No, you're 1 to 29, 1 to 22, aren't you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What have you got?
I've got 2 okay perch, a few choblets and some roach.
Do you know which one is your section?
Not a clue, that's why I called you.
I don't know, I'm on peg 82, so...
Yeah, not particularly up your end, is it? But no, I've not seen a lot being caught, I'll be honest.
No, I'll try and find out for you, let you know.
Yeah, that'd be good, mate, if anyone's up this way.
My mate's on peg 2, but when I spoke to him, he was struggling.
Was he?
Yeah, so what weight you got?
I don't know, not a lot, mate. Only like
A couple of pounds?
2.5 maybe, if I'm lucky.
Yeah. I don't know what's been caught at all, I think. We'll try and find out for you.
Oh, appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much.
Alright. Cheers, pal.
Alright, mate. In a bit. Bye now.
So yeah, not much more information to go on, unfortunately. But having not heard much, I thought I'd plod on. Just actually trotting it quite high on the far bank here, so you can see me keeping the line off the water. Another fish quite far down the peg. That was a little roach that time. But yeah, bites ran out, so I thought I'd have another look back on the pole. Flicking the rig out past the pole tip with plenty of lash just to give myself some space again. Up now, blowing upstream, which wasn't particularly useful. Feeding a few maggots. Nice when you get fish nearer your feed or where your feed's going in. Gives you a bit more confidence. Little perch. Bounce that one. May well have been on the curve as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, another look on the feeder. Keep trying to see if there's a bonus fish about, because I didn't feel like I was anywhere near the right kind of weight. Unfortunately, no luck. But yeah, it was certainly tricky towards the end of the match. Chopping and changing tactics to try and keep a few fish coming in. One's a roach. Just pleased to see a few roach starting to come along. Hopefully there might be a few better ones and a few more on the shoal. And then look who turned up.
Mr. Taylor himself. Clearly scouting out the river on the open day of the season. Probably up to some barbel or something, I should imagine. Strikes at the bottom. I'd tried a bit deeper at this point. Actually find one a bit further down the swim. Fishing on. Look! And that ironically was the end of the match. Managed to grace it with one last micro chub into the weigh-in. £10 of me?
No, 20.
Yeah?
22 17s.
Yeah. Up in the low numbers.
Sorry?
Up in the low numbers.
All over the place. Mark is 17.
Sinking feeling started to set in. But you know, I'd put 5 hours in, so may as well weigh. We are free. They do a great job at Evesham. Oh yeah.
2.6.
You all there?
So yeah, £2 and a bit was all I had across the day, which was a little disappointed, to be honest with you. In hindsight, I probably should have fished that feeder a little bit longer. I did have 4 or 5 goes on it and looks for bream and barbel and bits and pieces like that, but in reality, maybe I should have put some bait ups in and yeah, just sat it out for some bream. But to be honest, it was first day of the season. I'd done really well on Evesham on the Wagler in the past with sort of chublets and roach. And, you know, to be honest, I just wanted to have a nice day's fishing. And I ended up having that. I love fishing the Wagler. And, yeah, them 2 perch were great fun on light gear. So, on to the results. And I was well beaten in the section. Elliot Gold down on peg 5. Had a good weight of bream, £20.11. Qualified for the final. Then in the middle section, it was John Rafferty. Also with a great weight of bream, £30, 6 ounces. Off peg 40, and finally the qualifier winner, Gareth Evans, off peg 77 with one of the best weights I've ever seen out of Evesham, £42 and 12 ounces. Obviously, we've had the RiverFest final, all them lads have fished, and the winner this year, for the first time ever, a second-time winner, Mike Bedding. I was there for Mike Bedding's first win on the Y, and he fished a great match that day, and I've heard he's done very much the same this year. So a huge congratulations to Mike. So I'm lucky that I've got a couple other matches in the can. I've got my Boddington Classic 2-day final all recorded and ready to edit, and also a match on the Grand Union around Tring and Leighton Buzzard. But let me know in the comments down there what you'd like to see me fishing. Actually, I'm quite a broad church in terms of my angling, so yeah, let me know what you'd like to see. Don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be hugely appreciated. And I'll catch you all on the bank again very, very soon.